Hello everyone, JSGC here again, and we're here for another Manchester City transfer update with all of the drama that's been going on over the last couple of days involved with Manchester City content creators. I'm not involved. Only thing I'm involved with is transfers and transfer updates, and today we've got another one. Now, we did a podcast yesterday with me and Mick Sid. We did a little bit of a mini transfer update. Today I'm going to go over them deals that I mentioned in there in more details, plus a little bit more, because we've got a big Joao Felix update which I'm going to give you. So before we start this video, I just wanted to say, if you enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot, it does. And also let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you press the red button, subscribe and press the bell, and put your push notifications on if you're interested in Manchester City daily transfer updates. And also you can go check out my social media in description below or popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter or Instagram. So we're going to crack on with this video, and with the ins, we're going to start off first by talking about a player that we spoke about in the last transfer update, which is Samuel Edozie, the Millwall 16-year-old winger, who I don't have a picture of, unfortunately. There is a picture out there, but I'm not too sure if it's him or not. I didn't want to put a fake picture up of someone that isn't him. I don't know what he looks like, I don't know who he is, but he's a 16-year-old Millwall Academy player that City are after, and apparently City are closing in on signing him according to The Sun. He's set to sign for City, set to beat the Chelsea to his signature, which is good news. Of course, he will go into Man City's academy if he does sign, so we may have an update on that at some point in the future. Now, the Daily Mirror, they've been reporting that City have now put the first steps in process of cooling their interest in Harry Maguire, and are now actively looking at alternative targets. Now, the price is the big problem here with Harry Maguire. They're wanting somewhere between 75 to 90 million. We're looking at around 80 million pounds, which City say is just too expensive. It'd make him the most expensive defender in the history of the transfer window, and it's just a ludicrous amount of money. City aren't going to pay it. United aren't interested in paying it either, and so that may well be a non-run before things have even started, which is a shame because Manchester City were looking at him as one of the targets. They were looking at a big physical player, a good header of the ball, someone who would help Man City on set pieces, particularly in defending them too, which has been a little bit of one of the little problems that we've had. Not had many, but we had little problems this season. It has been near post set pieces. So putting Maguire there would make sense, but £80 million plus? No, there have to be other alternatives out there. So at the moment, City, they're saying no. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What other centre-backs would you love City to target instead? So the big Joao Felix update. Now, City have prepared a new 5-year deal for him. Apparently, it's worth roughly around €30 million, which works out at around €6 million per year. Benfica said they cannot compete with that, and Manchester City, they're willing to pay that. City are also apparently prepared to meet the €120 million release clause that is in his contract. However, couple of issues here. City want to pay this over, I think, a flat-out fee they want to pay, and then they want to add it with add-ons, and I'm thinking they're wanting as much money as possible up front in the fee. I've not heard quotes of how much City are willing to offer in that upfront fee before then putting things in clauses and appearance-based, money-based stuff. Things like that, all the complicated transfer stuff. So it all depends on probably which club is going to pay more. But if that release clause is met with them clauses in it and it's good enough to meet that release clause, then they have to accept that bid. Joao Felix isn't prepared to sign a new deal and apparently does want to leave City. I think Man United, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid are just some of the clubs that have been linked with Joao Felix. I think Juventus have too. So there's plenty of interest with him there. So I'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening with him. I do know one thing though, Benfica want Joao Felix for next season. So if City do sign him, they want him loaned back for the season, which I'm not sure if it makes sense or not, but with David Silva still here, Leroy Sane still here for now at least. We've got Mahrez, we've got Bernardo Silva, Aguero, Gabriel Jesus, just to name just some of the players that we've got that play in the attacking roles with Manchester City, that City might be happy for Joao Felix to spend one more season on Benfica. It might allow Man City maybe to, I really don't understand the situation, because what happens if he doesn't have a good season or he gets an injury? Can City pull out of the deal? There's all kind of complications. So it's a complicated deal. Are City going to agree to that or not? I'm not too sure, but things are really gathering pace, and it is being reported that Joao Felix is meant to make a decision on his future as soon as this week. City are serious about signing him. They want him. There's still things to iron out with regards to this deal though, and so I'll bring that to you when I do have news. Now, last but not least, in the news, it comes in the form of Danny Rose, a player we've not been linked with for about 18 months now or so. Apparently, he wants to leave Spurs now. That was like 18 months ago. He's been wanting to leave Spurs for a little while now, but he wants to leave Spurs. He's nearly 30. City aren't looking at a left-back, but City are being linked with him according to the Daily Mail. And as far as I'm concerned, they're not. We're not looking at a left-back. Danny Rose isn't a player that City are looking at. And so, to me, it sounds like a Man United target. I mean, they are looking at a left-back. An English homegrown left-back would make sense for them. Like I said, nearly 30 years old. It's not something City go for in the transfer market. And so, I mean, if we're looking at a left-back, I'd say potentially yes. But because we know that they're not currently looking at a left-back, not for me. Perhaps Spurs are using it to try and drive up interest, to try and get more money from another club. Maybe the agents linking other clubs with them so they can try and get more money in personal terms and agent fees. I don't know, but as far as I'm concerned, City aren't involved in that. But I've mentioned it in this transfer update in case people are hearing about Danny Rose and thinking that we are looking for him, when in fact we more than likely are not. Now, in the out news, we've got a big Leroy Sane update. Now, apparently whilst he's been on international duty, big links with Kimmich, one of the Bayern Munich and Germany players. He's been hanging around and speaking with Leroy Sane a lot, and apparently he's under instruction from the Bayern president to try and persuade Leroy Sane to join Bayern Munich, make it look appealing to him. And apparently Leroy Sane does hang around a lot with Ilkay Gundogan, which makes sense, two Man City players. Apparently Gundo wants him to stay at Manchester City, so two contradicting things happening. I can't imagine Leroy Sane is too happy about having so many people involved in his personal decisions, but there we go. All I want is Leroy Sane to sign a new deal. I mean, this could get real complicated. I'll talk about that in a moment. But sources in Italy are saying Juventus are now interested. Would remember me saying just a couple of weeks ago that Leroy Sane apparently weren't too keen on Bayern Munich. Is he going to be keen on a move to the old lady in Italy? He might well do. But there's other sources overnight that have been reporting that Leroy Sane is now getting in contact with agents. He's speaking with David Beckham about potentially getting a new agent. He's going to go with who David Beckham goes with. I do not know what's going on there. But at this moment in time, his parents represent Leroy Sane, so it seems he's trying to take the responsibility of his career off his parents and putting it onto an agent that you pay for, which is what a lot of footballers do. And if that's the case, is he trying to do that to get a better deal out of Manchester City for regards to a new contract? Is he trying to do that to try and get more money out of Bayern Munich or Juventus potentially? I don't know. There's lots of reasons for you to look and try and get a new agent, and so I don't know the reasons, but I imagine at some point this summer we will find out. But it's so difficult, this Leroy Sane situation, because he's got 2 years left on his contract. If he doesn't want to join Bayern Munich and doesn't leave Man City, then I'm hoping that he'll sign a new contract. But if he doesn't, then his value is only going to decrease from this summer onwards. And so if City, if he doesn't want to sign a new deal with City, I get the indication he doesn't want to be here. And if Leroy Sane doesn't want to be here, now's a good time for City to sell, whilst we can get probably triple figure million sums, which is a lot of money, which would obviously you're always looking to try and maximise your players. So if you get where I'm coming from, like if Leroy Sane don't want to be here, then now's a good time to sell. What I don't want is Leroy Sane to start fobbing us off and this all starts getting a bit ugly, which has potential to do that, and I'm sure it won't, but it has the potential to do that. So hopefully we'll get some clarification. And like I said, it's all resolved. Leroy Sane either says, I'm staying, and he signs a new deal, it's great. If Leroy Sane decides to leave, then he leaves. But if Leroy Sane decides to stay but doesn't sign a new deal, then his value is going to go down. It starts getting all very ugly, and so we don't want that. But we'll keep an eye on the developments as we have all summer at this moment in time. Now, last but not least in the news comes in the form of Jack Harrison. And it's strange, this too. The Yorkshire Evening Post, quite reliable with Leeds stuff. They're saying that Jack Harrison's set to go back to Leeds next season. Doesn't say if it's a loan or not, but if you remember the last time we mentioned Jack Harrison, City wanted 15 to 20 million pounds. Leeds can't afford that and they won't pay that. So I have to presume this is a loan deal. And if this is a loan deal, this move just does not make sense, because Jack Harrison had a wonderful season last season. He's already done the Championship. There's nothing to be gained from him doing another season in the Championship. It's great for Leeds, but for personal player development, he's already done the Championship. He needs to go and prove himself at a higher level. Premier League clubs are interested. I think if it's a loan move, City should be looking to try and loan him to a Premier League club, not Leeds. They failed in getting promotion, of course. I mean, he's settled there, then fair enough. But he's Man City's player at the end of the day. You've got to pay the money. And I sense another Patrick Roberts moment, you know, with Celtic, where they couldn't afford to sign him. It was just going on loan and it was just prolonging his career and he wasn't learning anything because he'd already done it. We don't want that with Jack Harrison, so I'm hoping that City will do something about it. I mean, apparently there was permanent interest, but it seems if he's going to Leeds, they're not. Unless Leeds are lumping the sum up and paying 15 million, then I can understand then that's kind of a good move because it's not just one season based. He's got a few seasons to try and get into the Premier League and prove himself over a few years. It's strange and it's odd and it doesn't make sense, but you know, loan deals for you. Some people like them, some people not so much. So there we go, that has been the video. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you let me know your thoughts of these transfers and transactions in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, it does help me out, and make sure you do subscribe. We're aiming for 4,000 subscribers and we're nearly at 3,600 subscribers, so we are getting there. So thank you everyone for the continued support. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe, press the bell, put your push notifications on. I'll keep you up to date with daily Manchester City transfer updates to keep in the loop with all things City's ins and outs. Remember, 3 or 4 players we're expecting City to sign this summer. You want that news first? Make sure you subscribe with that bell pressed. Also, don't forget, you can go check out my social media in description below. I'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening with Man City on my Twitter, which you can find the link in description below, or popping up on screen. If you want to go and search for me and follow me on there, that'd be much appreciated. Go and check out my Instagram too if you so wish. Always looking to help make more gains on there. I mean, we've passed 200 followers both on Twitter and Instagram now, so thank you everyone for the continued support. I'm loving it. So I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next transfer update. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of an update on Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix again. I'm hoping we'll get more stuff, and I'm hoping that this might be the week where City make some big strides in the transfer market. If so, I'll bring it to you first. So I'll see you all again tomorrow. So it's been JSGC. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.